What in the world did we just witness? The emotions escalated in Game 7.
Broken up by Castle. Chased by Caruso. Castle with a hard foul from Caruso. Gets up and reacts. Spurs bench there. Castle was upset. They are going to look at it.
A generational choke job and some superhuman plays.
Goes to the basket. Open waiting. Wembanyma throws it on his head.
How about the give and go and then back cut by Wemby?
Meeting for the 12th time this year with the NBA Finals on the line, Wembanyma and SGA went all in right from the jump.
In a Game 7 at a conference final, nonetheless. First shot off the glass. Homage to Tim Duncan. Vassell guarding SGA. Turns for space. And hits.
Shai answers Wemby's bank shot by swishing the tough fadeaway, but no one in the arena was ready for this.
Goes to the basket. Open waiting. Wembanyama throws it on his head.
Jeez, that was an early statement dunk by the alien over his nemesis, and it must have gotten his teammates pumped up as well, because
Luke Cornett at the table usually comes in for Wembanyama. Fox trying to get hot. De'Aaron Fox, if he has a big shooting game, look out. There's somebody else waiting for him.
Yes, and he looked off with his eyes, and that's what froze the second line of defense. And Champagnie gets the pass and knocks down the three-pointer.
5+ of this one, and Fox the knockaway. Vassell on the push. Holmgren back. Vassell now followed up by Castle. Timeout Oklahoma City.
Stephon Castle follows the action perfectly and jams in the putback for a 10-point Spurs lead. And with Victor on the bench, this turned into a battle of the guards, with OKC clearly lacking the scoring boost of J-Dub and Ajay Mitchell.
He knocks down his second field goal. 5 points. Caruso to the bench. Right at Cornett scored. Castle right at SGA. Stays with them. Got him in the air. And the foul. Nice find. Hartenstein trying to get Caruso. And it's a 5th turnover for the Thunder in the first 6:45. Vassell on a drive. Porter finds Champagnie. Got them all! And the Spurs lead by 14.
Champagnie hits his second three of the night to put his team up by 14 points. Let's go! However, the Thunder still have a solid scoring option in Jarred McCain, who got busy near the end of the first quarter.
SGA on the pitch to the corner. McCain. Jason Wallace sees Wemby. McCain floats back. He can hit that. He did hit that.
McCain managed to cut the deficit in half with 8 of his 12 points in the period. And before we move on to the second, I gotta show you this.
Fox attacks the basket. Harrison Barnes, the vet, just in. Wembanyama, Hartenstein ahead by the mouth. A loose ball foul here on the floor on Hartenstein, who's the one grabbing his mouth.
I just love the fact that Wemby embraced the physicality and showed numerous times in this series that he's willing to get down and dirty with OKC. Anyway, we continue the basketball activities with Victor hitting his first three of the night right here, keeping the pressure high on Mike Daignault. So, facing a do-or-die scenario, SGA knew that it was time to take matters into his own hands.
With a double overtime thriller, Gilgeous-Alexander wants to have that party again next fall. And Jake took the contact and hit the ground. Back inside for a dunk.
And that's 2 or 3 times right there that the Thunder.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the move, the pull-up. Got it.
Okay, a little 7-0 blitz by the MVP got the Thunder within 4 points. And after Castle was able to stop the bleeding for the Spurs for just a moment, Alexander was back at it again.
Clock at 8.
But you're playing into their hands. 1-on-5. Yes, he makes it, but they're loading up on him. Both trying to either extend the lead or cut into this lead.
SGA having a quarter.
And what I like about it,
Shai caps off an electric 13-3 run all by himself to make it a 1-point game. It's on now. You could feel that the tension was brewing.
Caruso, tricky dribble. The handoff broken up by Castle. Chased by Caruso. Castle with a hard foul from Caruso. Gets up and reacts. Spurs bench there.
Oh, Caruso slams Castle on the ground and Harper holds him down to prevent the situation from escalating. It shocked me that the refs held the common foul even after the replay. This must be a flagrant any day, anytime. Regardless, the Thunder capped off the comeback with this floater by Jalen Williams off of SGA's assist. But the Spurs made sure to pick up the slack and finish the first half strong.
Castle on the pitch, gotta shoot quick. Fox the three. De'Aaron Fox. Ball over Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort couldn't get to it. Hit ahead, it's Castle to the basket. Stephon can't finish, but Keldon Johnson does. Follow the play up. Spurs by one. Gets it back. Late in the shot clock, Wembanyma banks it in.
Wemby banks in the tough bucket over Williams to give his team a 3-point lead heading into the break. The first half ending reminded me of the famous quote from Rocky. It ain't about how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And what's a better way to move forward than this?
Spurs shooting 49%, Thunder 47 from the field. Wemby on the attack. He started outside the paint and throws it down. He gets inside, Wembanyama blocks it, knocks it out of bounds.
Wembanyama rocks the rim over two defenders in traffic and then shuts down SGA on the other end. That's a guy on a mission. But Shai had a response ready in no time.
As far as the rest of this game goes, he said, keep stacking good possessions. We know the formula.
That's the formula, Zora. Jason Wallace brings Wembanyama in. Fox takes it away on the turnover. Gilgeous-Alexander knocked it away. Dort to the net. Tying up. Hartenstein trying to get a timeout call. And the Thunder do get the timeout call.
Champagnie, who's now in 14 points here.
An 8 in a row, Reg. All 8 in this Spurs run that Gilgeous-Alexander brings to an end.
Alexander doesn't make the same mistake twice and steps back for the J over Victor. Jarred McCain, on the other hand, grabbed Vassell and threw him over his shoulder.
This Game 7 with the Knicks waiting. The NBA Finals starting Wednesday. McCain and Vassell go down here. And the foul, Vassell is asking for the review as McCain is going to get called for the pull.
However, the entire stretch belonged to another guy.
8-0 run for the Thunder, ended by a Champagnie three. Wembanyama rolls to the basket. Champagnie free for three.
McCain fell down.
The rookie on the push and the spin to Champagnie. Wembanyama down. Champagnie knocks down the three.
Heat check. Julian Champagnie hits 3 bombs in a row to put San Antonio up by 8 points. After hitting just 6 shots from downtown on a measly 20% through the first 4 games, he finally showed up in games 5, 6, and 7. And Wemby prolonged the Thunder's misery.
At the line, he's going to take the three and hit it. Wembanyama's second three-pointer. It's a 16-2 run.
The Spurs executed a huge 16-2 run in a crucial moment of the game to put them up by 11 points. So, facing another deep character test, OKC turned to their patented moves. And that is drawing fouls by any means necessary.
Wemby set for all of 46 seconds. Back in quick. SGA shoots over him. Contact. He knows it danced on the rim.
But there's Wemby loading up.
Steps back, throws the contact, and gets 3 free throws.
In a 2-minute span, both Caruso and Alexander threw themselves on the ground multiple times to earn 9 free throws, which, hand to heart, they've managed to hit them all and narrow the gap to only 3 points. This leads us to Jalen's timely 3, which got the crowd buzzing.
SGA has to pitch it. Williams has to take it and hits.
And those same fans had the nerves to start a flopper chant on Wemby on the other side.
But kept alive, another offensive board. Wemby draws the contact, sells it, gets the foul.
Very much the same way some of these guys are getting out of position against the SGA. Are they saying what I think they're saying?
Well, I figured you would recognize the chant flopper that we saw in San Antonio and heard in San Antonio.
Nevertheless, we opened the final period with Keldon Johnson heating up from long range.
Sets the screen for Fox. Hit to Keldon Johnson. Bangs that three. fight for the rebound. They wanted to hold, don't get it. Wemby going, Johnson shooting. Got another one!
A lot of guys chipped in for the Spurs in this one, but meanwhile, the guy that's supposed to be the second best player on the Thunder completely faded out.
Go at him.
Here he goes. Holmgren at Wembanyama. Falls. Late clock. McCain's got to do something. Steps back. Shot clock violation is called.
Chet Holmgren disappeared in Game 7, scoring only 4 points on 1 of 2 from the field. That's it. For a guy on a max contract to take only 2 shots in an elimination game is a generational choke. From now on, I don't want to see him in a context alongside Wemby ever. Never. I don't understand how he cannot get inspired by plays like this, for example. Caruso is half a man shorter but still tries to posterize the giant. Or this, you leave your teammate hanging against Wemby up top and you stay in the paint to double team Keldon Johnson for Christ's sake. With his 22nd point of the night, Vic puts the Spurs up by 9. And after Caruso failed to convert the layup yet again, the Thunder looked like they quit right there, which resulted in some easy points on the other end.
Champagnie, Keldon Johnson off the wing. 11-point game. Timeout OKC. They have 1 timeout, and the Champs are on the ropes in the 4th quarter of Game 7.
Johnson scored 8 of his 11 points in the final frame to put San Antonio up by just as many. With their backs against the wall, the reigning champs knew it's now or never.
With his steady hand has changed his theory. Good after the timeout. Hartenstein throws it down and 1. With the bump. Turns from the elbow for 2.
Shai cuts the lead to 6 with his 33rd point of the night, and they continue with their stellar defense, getting on the verge of completing the comeback. But then...
Harper, Castle, Hartenstein, overplay, took it away. They want the double dribble, not called. Hartenstein blocked by Cornet. Oh, Cornet goes up and stops it.
Oh my goodness! This block by Luke Cornet will go down in history right besides LeBron's. And Wemby's reaction was priceless. He knew how monumental this was. And speaking of that,
Caruso recovers defensively. Castle scores.
How? That's a 4-point swing right there.
Jason Wallace. Hartenstein couldn't catch it. 2 chances gone for the Thunder. Champagnie gets a 3!
Champagnie bumps the lead back to a dozen with his 6th 3 of the night. He was way overdue for a game like this, coming up huge with 20 points in Game 7. And a minute later, he tried to finish them off.
Beautiful mistake by Harper.
Champagnie misses the 3. Harper cleans up. And Mark Daigneault takes his final timeout.
Dylan Harper cleans the miss by Champagnie to keep the double-digit lead going. And I wish you can find someone in your life to look at you just like Castle was looking at Harper here. Now that's true love. Brotherly love, of course. But Dylan wasn't done.
Harper at the top, shot clock at 5. Thunder need a stop. Harper buries a 3! Unbelievable 3-point shooting.
That's your rookie, fellas. A dagger 3 over the MVP on his way to 12 points off the bench in a Game 7 on the road. I just cannot stress enough how good this kid is. However, the Thunder have a young killer pitbull of their own.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the bump for contact. Williams pitched it outside. Wallace hit the 3. Approaching 2 minutes. Anxious fans want to see a shot go up. Wallace going to do it again? He did!
Huge.
Cason Wallace cuts the Spurs lead in half with back-to-back triples, and he strips the ball away from Castle on the other side, allowing his team a fighting chance in the clutch. So with the entire season on the line, SGA does this.
Gilgeous-Alexander working on Champagnie for 3. Air ball. Can Holmgren keep this alive? Nope.
The MVP airballs the three, but the truth is he was exhausted, cause outside of Wallace and McCain, he got very little help in this one. They played solid defense on the next possession for 23 seconds straight, but failed to secure the rebound at the end, as we see Stephon Castle winding up with the easy putback layup, his 16th point of the night. Down by 8 with less than a minute to go and without any timeouts remaining, Wallace scores again to keep a hairline of hope for the fans.
Inbounds, they go for the height of Wembanyma, it's loose! Wallace takes it away! Wallace to SGA! They need points quick! To the basket, pitching it out! Wallace has it, 31 seconds, he's going to the basket. Corner pitch, Kenrich Williams! No! Rebound! Fought for! Clock runs to 23, they need 3 quick! And what do we have? We have a foul on the floor. Foul on the floor and the foul to give.
The Thunder get the steal but fail to score a bucket, wasting precious time off the clock. Still, we've seen some miracles in the NBA, so let's wait until the final buzzer.
Williams right back to Caruso. Deep 3. Nope. All the way up. Stays down here, though. 17.1 remaining. Jalen Williams. Gotta jack one up. Gotta be somebody. It's Wallace again. Off on the 3. Champagnie to rebound. 8 seconds left. Fox has it. Ahead to Vassell, who goes in for the dunk. And the San Antonio Spurs have done it.
Devin Vassell hammers the final nail in the coffin for OKC, leaving the entire arena in pain and disbelief. On the contrary, Victor was overwhelmed with joy.
It's Wemby's West. The Spurs are going to the NBA Finals.
Look at the emotion from Wemby. Unbelievable. This is what you want to see. A young team growing up on the biggest stage. Look how his teammates.
Wemby wins the MVP with astounding numbers: 27 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and almost 3 blocks per game on a superb 48, 40, and 89 shooting splits while being plus 62 on the floor. So finally, after 7 grueling games, we all got what we wanted. Man, before the season, I was 100% sure that the Thunder are repeating, so I guess it's twice as hard to stay at the top than to reach it. We're about to have an 8th different champion in the last 8 years in a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals between the Spurs and my Knicks. It's a rematch from the NBA Cup final back in December as well. And if I'm being honest, I was kind of hoping we can get San Antonio, because I think the matchups will suit New York better. And whether you're a Knicks fan or a Spurs fan, I got you covered with my merch line. We got this cool Wemby design and the New York Brunsons t-shirt. So by treating yourself with some fresh basketball gear, you support your boy grinding as well. Let me know in the comments who you got winning it all, and subscribe for more videos like this. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.